Welcome to Newbern's Garage. In this episode, we're going to go over a few projects that are coming up on the channel and kind of give you guys a garage tour. What you're looking at behind me here is a 41 Willys. This belongs to a good friend of mine. He's owned it for about 30 years. This car has been around Douglasville, Georgia, like as long as I've been alive. He's driven it, from what I understand, 2 or 3 times. It's always had issues, and we're going to fix those issues and get this thing running again. It's leaking all kinds of fluids out of it. It's got a blown big block Chevrolet engine in it, and it is straight from the 90s. Billet everything. So I need to replace fuel lines, pretty much every rubber line on the car I need to replace. But the cool part about this one is it's got air conditioning. It's pretty much fully loaded, and it's on air ride. It's got airbags front and rear, and we're going to get it running and driving, get it cleaned up. There's a few things here. The paint, my buddy Anthony's going to take a look at it and fix a couple of spots on the paint, buff it, bring it back to life, and this car will actually be for sale. But what I don't understand is how in the hell does the carpet fade in the trunk? That's weird. And if you're not into Georgia football, does this just come off maybe? But look how red the carpet is behind. But yeah, it just needs some love. Like I said, I want to say it's been sitting in his shop for 20 years, and it's been off the road that entire time. And I had to cut the wires to the fuel pump because I couldn't figure out how to turn it off, because I had to turn the ignition on to air it up to get it off the trailer, and the whole time it's just pumping fuel out. So I couldn't find a kill switch for the fuel pump, so I just cut the wires to it. So like I said, I'm gonna get it up on the rack, go through it, and make it where we can drive it again, get it good and cleaned up, sell it. So if you're interested, shoot me an email, get in touch. Next up, in the shop here, we have our 55 Chevrolet. We built this in like 3 or 4 months and took it on power tour, drove it like 2,200 miles. It's got a Blueprints 383 in it with about 470 horsepower, I believe. A Gearstar Performance 4L60 behind it. Quick Performance 9-inch. Half the parts on this car came off my 57 Chevrolet. When I would make upgrades to that, I would save those parts and just put it into something else, which worked out perfectly. It's pretty much ready to go, other than it's leaking transmission fluid. It has a low car flexible dipstick in there, and the O-rings are just junk. They don't fit great. So I'm gonna take that out and put a stock style dipstick back in it with a good rubber grommet in the bottom and fix that issue. On the rack above it here is my neighbor's 65 Malibu SS. And this car was bought new like 5 miles from here. It's been in this area its whole life. My neighbor Bobby, he owns this car, and my Nova that I got, the Intent to Murder Nova, actually came from Bobby. That was his car first, and then he traded it to me. So this one had been sitting since 1986. It's a 327 Muncie 4-speed 12-bolt, black on black, true SS car. I got it all running, new fuel system, new brakes, everything. Tuned it up, cleaned it up, and he had it for about 3 weeks. And there was burnouts all over town, and I knew exactly where those marks were coming from. And I knew it was just a matter of time before something would break on this car, because like the rear end is all like the shocks, the bushings, the drive shaft, everything is 40 years old. It's all crusty. I was like, there's no way that car is going to survive that kind of abuse for much longer. But after about 3 weeks, he calls me one day and was like, it's stuck in first gear. And I was like, it's about damn time. Like it took long enough. So I got the transmission out of it. I'm going to rebuild it. But while I got it here, we're going to throw a set of long tube headers on it, full exhaust, radiator, new clutch, all that. We're going to give it a few more upgrades, so that way as he tears it up, we'll just make it better. Over here we got the 34. We just got back from cruising the coast with this car. This was my dad's. It's been in the family my whole life. You know, this belonged to his best friend back years ago, and then it got shoved in a storage container when he passed away. And then I think I bought it in 2011, I believe it was, and gave it to my dad. So we just got finished putting a whole new ladder bar setup with a quick performance 9-inch in the back, changed the wheels and tires, did a few things, but man, I love this car. It was built in 1984. This is the paint that was on it. A lot of people ask if it's a real car or a fiberglass car. And honestly, I've never seen a sedan fiberglass kit car. I've seen the coupes and Vickies, but I've never seen a full sedan fiberglass car. And I'm sure they make them, but no, this one, the body itself is all steel. The hood is steel, but the fenders are fiberglass. But everything else is all original. So I love it. This will never go anywhere. And then up here on the 4-post is my very first car, which is my 1964 Impala. It's got, I think, 54,000 original miles on it. It was painted back years ago, like late 90s, early 2000s, I believe it was. Very crappy paint job, way back when. And it's showing now. Like it's got some blemishes on it, but I don't care. Eventually, I might go through it and completely restore that car. Probably not, because that'll just take forever and it'll cost a fortune because it's so damn big. That's a lot of area to prep and paint. But it's got the original 283 Power Glide transmission, and I'm actually going to redo the whole rear suspension on this car coming up. I got a bunch of parts to redo all the control arms, the bushings. We're going to take the rear end apart, clean it, paint it, reseal it, the whole deal, and just clean up the back half, because on the front is all tubular A-arms. It's got coilovers on the front, rack and pinion steering, new radiator. So like I redid the whole front of the car, but I have never touched the back. So that's next. Another one that's coming up on the channel is one that I actually sold a few years ago to build my 57 Chevrolet, and I regretted it immediately. And then I was able to buy it back this year, and that is my 1971 Nova, the attempted murder Nova that me and my buddies put together for Hot Rod Drag Week 2018, where we went on, had the time of our lives, and at the second to last track, I blew up the engine, and I was running nitrous on a 355 small block Chevrolet, and the fuel solenoid never came on, but the nitrous solenoid did. And it destroyed all 8 pistons in that small block. And we changed the engine in this car on the side of the road in order to make it back to the final track to finish Hot Rod Drag Week. And in doing so, we won the Spirit of Drag Week that year. So it was pretty incredible. The first time I ever went, and we finished barely and won the Spirit of Drag Week. So this car's got a lot of history. We went back in 2019 with a big block Chevrolet, but we lost the camshaft on that deal, I think on day 3 or day 4, can't remember. But then after that, we put a built LS in it and took it to Paradise. I raced it one or two times. Well, once against Emily. Emily had called me out for a grudge race, and we managed to do it. I think it was a 660 at 106 or 107 miles an hour, right off the trailer. And it did its first wheelie. And right after that, I pulled that motor out of this and put it in a jet boat and sold the car. And then I tried to buy it back a week later, but it was too late. But now it's back. I have another motor that's going in here. I was going to put it in my Fox Body Mustang, but to be honest, I received so much hate on that deal that I'm not doing that anymore. So I have a 394 cubic inch Harrell engine and dyno engine that I'm going to put in here that'll make 1,500 horsepower if I want to. It'll make 1,200 reliably all day, but it can make 1,500 if I want to. And I got a 6-speed to go behind it. So this is going to be a badass, street track car. Really fun on the street. This is an old school dragster that I got from Hot Rod Hoarder, Tommy, out of Tennessee. I traded him the Opal funny car that we used on Faster with Newbern and Cotton. That car was completely gutted. I traded him that car for this one, and then another dragster that I got. But I have a very, very unique engine and transmission combo that's going in this car that's coming up very soon. And I guarantee you, no one can guess what I'm putting in here. Unless you're a really close friend and you already know. So don't cheat, don't do that. Also coming up is my son's 69 C10. We got this last year and we LS swapped it and we put Ace's EFI on it, which you can see here. Me and him got the engine put in it and we got it fired up, and that's pretty much as far as we got. But now I've gathered up a lot more pieces. I've got some suspension, I've got a lowering kit, I've got radiator, fuel tank, all kinds of pieces to go in this. We got some patch panels for it. So we're excited to get this back, and actually on the next episode we're going to drive it around the yard. So, and I'll let him drive it because he's tall enough now where he can drive full-size vehicles around the yard if YouTube doesn't kick my videos off like they've been doing. So, but we're going to try it anyway. Here's the one I'm most excited about, is the ramp truck. And although I'm not using this cab, I've already got this cab sold to a friend of mine, I am going to use the chassis and the bed. I forget who makes the bed, but we did figure it out because when I first bought this truck, I thought the bed was just homemade, but they did a really nice job. But after I bought it, I spotted about 6 more. So I knew it wasn't a one-off homemade deal, that somebody who was actually manufacturing these beds. But it's 19 foot long. It's got a nice long dovetail. It's got a winch, the whole deal. The bed's really nice. It's got a lot of storage in it. But the cab I'm going to put on this is my 1968 C50. Here's the cab that I'm going to use on my ramp truck. And for those of you who know me, you know that's no surprise. So on Finnegan's channel, we had a 69 C50 that we traded for out of Maryland. And I did this crazy road trip from there all the way back to Atlanta. And that thing had no suspension. It was literally riding on the bump stops, and it beat the crap out of me the whole way back. But for some reason, I still loved it. And I was like, I will have one of these trucks one day. And I did. So I went out and bought one. This is a custom. It's got all the chrome around the grill, the headlights, the windshield. You know, it's a little better than your standard C50. This is a 68. The body's in very good shape, but I'm going to take the cab off of this chassis, and then we're going to make some body mounts and put it on the square body chassis. And I got a badass motor to go in here. It's going to be turboed. It's going to be a gas burner. It's going to be fun, and I cannot wait. I got a sick set of wheels to go on it. I'm going to try and get it as low as I can to the ground. I had this vision for what this is going to look like. It's going to be good. Also, here's the coupe. I'm going to completely gut this car. So if you're looking for a really good roller, it's got a 2-better K-member, coilovers in the front, manual window conversion, aluminum door panels, fuel system, the whole deal. Badass 850 cage. My buddy Larabelle Race Cars built that, put it in here. Parachute mount. I mean, it's a very good start if you want to put a motor and transmission in it and go racing. But I'm not. I'm out. That's what's coming up here soon on the channel is the 41 Willys, the Chevelle, my Nova, and the ramp truck. I'm excited to get all of these back on the road. And if you're interested in the Willys, info@newbernsgarage.com. Shoot me an email and I can send you all the details about this. And like I said, just keep an eye on the channel. We're going to get this thing running over the next week or so and drive it down the street and see what kind of noises it makes. It's going to be good. This is a bad machine here. So I wish I could afford it, but I can't.